Now at 6, the Miami Public School District kicks off the year with a new addition, a police force department. Plus, authorities released the name of the driver killed in a vehicle crash in Shoal Creek. And a new study named the best states for retirement. You might be surprised at where area states rank.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Miami Public Schools Police Force is starting its first school year as a department. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. KOAM's Anthony Saviello has the story.
For Miami Public Schools, one of its most important missions is to keep students safe while they pursue their education.
In the world we live in today, safety is our number one role for kids. Parents send their kids their most precious commodities to us every day, and they expect them to come back in the same shape that they dropped them off in. And that's our job. That's our number one duty, is to protect kids and keep them safe.
Many schools have SROs, or student resource officers. Typically, these officers are part of the local police department. However, what Miami Public Schools has done is created its own department dedicated solely to the school district.
We're going to be partnering with Miami Police Department as well as all the tribal agencies, law enforcement agencies, as well as the county, and even other jurisdictions from where we're located, because we all have one goal in mind, that's safety of our students and our community. So absolutely, we're going to be great partnerships with them.
For Miami Public Schools, this department only seems to aim for the betterment of the school district.
I hope for us to kind of be the cornerstone here in Northeast Oklahoma that people can model after as we progress and grow in this, that they can look to us when they go to start their own and come to us for questions, or to be that model for the other schools that want to start this program.
Having these extra helping hands to provide a safe environment for students can hopefully help parents continue to rest easy. Reporting in Miami, Oklahoma, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
The department is prepared to go into the school year with a full staff of 10 officers, including full-time and reserve officers. Joplin Schools and the City of Joplin are partnering to install a crosswalk on 20th Street adjacent to Joplin High School. School officials say students crossing 20th Street have been a safety concern for some time. After months of discussion, the City of Joplin and the school district agreed to install a lighted crosswalk with a safety island between 2 lanes. The city and school district agreed to split the installment cost, which is about $38,000.
Especially in the morning and in the afternoon at dismissal time, are used to those kids crossing, and so generally keep a good eye out. Now they'll be able to keep that good eye open for them in hopefully a smaller constricted space with the ability to control when they cross.
Pettit hopes the crosswalk will be installed before the first day of school. A group of Oklahoma residents is suing to stop this state from establishing and funding what would be the nation's first religious public charter school. The lawsuit seeks to stop taxpayer funds from going to the St. Isidore of Seville Catholic Virtual School. Oklahoma's Republican Governor Kevin Stitt earlier this year signed a bill that would give parents in the state a tax incentive to send their children to private schools, including religious schools. Authorities released the name of the driver who died in a single vehicle crash in Shoal Creek last week. He's 50-year-old Stephen L. Allen. You might recall he was driving an SUV Thursday when it went into the creek. It was completely submerged by the time emergency crews arrived and found Allen dead inside. We still don't have official word on the exact cause of death or what led to that crash. Let's check in with meteorologist Sam Lane now for a first look at the weather.
All right, it's been pretty hot across the area. No precipitation in our immediate area, but we do have some scattered thunderstorms up towards the north. In fact, a flash flood watch is in effect for parts of central Missouri, but we're under a different type of advisory. Excessive heat warnings in effect for southwestern Missouri, southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, as well as parts of northwestern Arkansas. So the heat continues, and we're going to see temperatures dropping through the 90s down to about 78 degrees by tomorrow morning. The UV index is going to be high again tomorrow. In fact, very high, 10 on the scale. So watch out for those sunscreen. You might want to need that as we about 10 to 15 minutes of burn time. Partly cloudy skies tonight, a very hot week in shape, and then some low rain chances and a cooler weekend ahead to help out give a break to those air conditioners out there. So we'll have more details on that in just a bit.
That is very good news because, as it turns out, air conditioning repair services are in high demand right now, as you might imagine. A local company says this summer they've received 40% more calls about malfunctioning ACs than non-summer months. To avoid problems, specialists recommend changing the filter and washing the condenser coil regularly, as these are some of the most common problems found. They also suggest doing an annual maintenance to make sure the equipment will be ready when the temperatures rise.
I mean, because we have to have a comfortable place for a lot of people. So I've been in a few restaurants that it's been out like that, and you go, it's pretty musty, but we try to keep it fresh in here and we get it right on it. Landlord's done a great job, so that's the way we're dealing with it.
You can do things like shading your windows, limiting the number of times you open the door to the outside, replacing your windows, having more efficient windows, or having a general contractor come in and tighten up your house. All of those things are good.
According to the Satterley specialist, knocking sounds or burning smells, those can indicate something's just not right. Parsons, Kansas voters are deciding whether to renew a public safety sales tax. The tax supports funding competitive pay to retain experienced police officers and firefighters and to pay for training. Also helps buy vehicles and other critical equipment. If approved, the tax would continue for another 10 years. The polls close within an hour. They close at 7 this evening, and we're going to have the results of that election for you tonight at 10. A new study says Missouri is among the best states for retirees to live. The study conducted by Bankrate lists Missouri as the 4th best place to retire. Kansas also fared well at 11th best. Arkansas ranked 23rd, Oklahoma 29th. The study considered such factors as housing costs, taxes, and health care quality. By the way, Iowa topped the list. At the bottom, Alaska. Coming up, the clock ticks down in the Show Me State for a death row inmate. Plus, a high-speed chase leads to the arrest of an Oklahoma man. The state of Missouri was scheduled to execute Johnny Johnson just minutes ago at 6 this evening. Johnson kidnapped then 6-year-old Casey Williamson and brutally murdered her in an abandoned factory. That was in 2002. Courts found that Johnson was competent at the time and is competent now. No word yet on whether that execution proceeded as scheduled minutes ago. Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation steps in to assist the Canadian County Sheriff's Office with an alleged sexual assault by a deputy. Authorities say Canadian County Deputy Wesley Wayne Hunter Jr. was transporting a woman from Bryan County to the Canadian County Jail for an outstanding warrant. During the transport, allegedly, Hunter stopped in a remote location and sexually assaulted that female passenger. Hunter was arrested and booked into the Marshall County Jail on second-degree rape charges. A man was taken into custody after a police pursuit yesterday across Oklahoma City. Police identified the suspect in that case as 31-year-old Lance Miller. Reporter Sylvia Corkle has more.
This is a stolen vehicle.
Taking off in southwest OKC near 119th and I-44, police identify the driver as Lance Miller, saying he led officers and troopers on a steady chase.
For the most part, he was going the speed limit. The police have kind of laid back. Air One is on this, so they've kind of laid back from really pursuing this vehicle.
With a bird's eye view on the pickup, law enforcement on the ground kept their distance.
We definitely have to take precautions, especially this time of day with the amount of traffic.
After multiple pit maneuvers and at least 2 spinouts, Miller was able to regain control of the pickup. Troopers finally putting an end to the 20-minute chase after forcing Miller's truck into a final spin.
Then when he started going into the Home Depot in these crowded areas, they had to bring this to an end before somebody got hurt.
With his truck disabled and a beer in his hand, police say Miller ignored their orders, refusing to exit the vehicle.
And now they're going to bring him out of the truck and take him into custody here. The person definitely did not want to come out of the truck.
No citizens were injured. There were no officers injured, and this ended fairly safely.
Miller went to the hospital where he was treated for scrapes. A little bit later, an area Little League team takes to the field with some big league dreams.
And we have some big time temperatures across the area. I'll be back to let you know how long the heat wave is going to last when your forecast coming up next. Well, we are starting off the month of August on a hot note. Of course, it is right now in the summertime pattern with a ridge of high pressure overhead and lots of sunshine and very warm temperatures, including Seneca, Missouri, with Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Lots of blue sky, and you can see lots of sunshine coming down as well. This afternoon, we made it up to 98, so we got close to 100 degrees. 79 was our low, which of course was above the normals of 91 and 70, and no rain today, and of course we're about 11 inches behind for the year so far, and that's not counting last year where we ended up behind as well. All right, let's take a look at the radar. We do have some storms on them up towards the north and east, moving into a flash flood watch area, so they're enjoying quite a bit of rain tonight. In our area, we're going to be in another type of watch and warning, and that's heat advisories and excessive heat warnings for southwestern Missouri, southeast Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, also Delaware County and Benton County, Arkansas, a heat advisory until 8 o'clock tonight. Temperatures are hot, but really hot out towards the west. We're at 102 in Yates Center, and it's in Sedan right now, 101 in Iola, Chanute, Parsons, 100 in Nowata, upper 90s in southwestern Missouri, a little bit cooler over in Cassville, where they're currently sitting at 91. But when you factor in the dew point and the humidity, it feels like 111 in Yates Center, 111 in Veneta, and 112 in Grove. Just brutally hot out there. So you definitely might take a jump in the Table Rock Lake as well as Grand Lake. And right now we're looking at temperatures tomorrow feeling also in the low 100s tomorrow, so a repeat of today. And then as we go into Thursday, same thing, temperatures above 100 degrees, or at least that's what it's going to feel like out there. And then as we go into Friday, a little bit cooler, but still over 100 is what it's going to feel like. Rain chances are going to remain low or pretty close to zero for the next 36 hours. All the rain's going to be up towards the north and east. And then as we go into Friday and Saturday, we'll start to see some scattered showers move into our area. And so we could pick up a tenth or so, but we're going to have to wait a little bit longer before we get some decent rain, as the ridge of high pressure is going to be centered over the south central plains for the next few days. Then as we go into Friday, it's going to retreat rapidly to the west, and that's going to finally allow a cooler northwesterly flow to set up across our area, bringing us a chance of showers and storms and also some cooler temperatures. Temperatures tonight are going to be in the 70s, close to 80 degrees, and then tomorrow, you guessed it, right at or close to 100 degrees across the area. And then as we go into Thursday morning, starting off warm again with lows near 80. And then in the afternoon, temperatures soaring up close to 100 degrees, maybe some thunderstorms up towards the north and east. And then as we go into Friday morning, that's when we start to see some showers maybe starting to move into our area with lows in the 70s. And then as we look at the next 7 days, it's going to be hot for the next couple of days, including Friday with a high of 99. And then as we go into the weekend, cooler and also chance of showers and storms. And I know you're enjoying that 86-degree high on Monday, Dow.
Cooler sounds good. Chance of showers and storms. We don't want anything severe, but showers.
Absolutely. We don't need the severe stuff. Yeah.
Thanks, Sam. Hey, you're going to want to stay well hydrated if you head out to the National Night Out event in Riverton, Kansas. Keep an eye on that dunk tank there on the right. Someone just got dunked. This is a live image from the community celebration that's just now getting underway. National Night Out is an opportunity to help build relationships and understanding between first responders and the communities they serve. This one has all kinds of fun activities for the kids. There's a bounce house out there, canine demonstration, a chance to check out emergency vehicles. You see one of them there. Also summer treats. And of course, that dunk tank. We understand that Sheriff Groves was one of them who volunteered to possibly be dunked. I don't think that's the sheriff, but maybe at any rate, whoever goes in is going to make a splash in the community. The fun continues until 7:30 tonight at the Riverton Community Center. There's the sheriff. A bunch of good sports out there interacting with their community. John Dale's here now. The Cardinals and Royals continue making moves right up until the final trade deadline.
Yeah, that's right. One of them literally made a trade in the final minutes. And a group of Little League All-Stars from Pittsburgh get ready for a regional tournament and nationally televised games. More on that coming up next. J.L. Hutchinson, Little League's baseball all-stars from Pittsburgh, well, they won the 12 and under Kansas State tournament last weekend, and now they're headed to the Midwest Regional Championship in Indiana, hoping to punch their ticket to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Bat meeting ball. A sound familiar to any baseball diamond. Unless, of course, the 12U team from J.L. Hutchinson Little League is out in the field.
So the highlight this season so far has been our tournament in Baxter. We went down there and first 3 games the kids pitched 3 consecutive no-hitters as a team, and then we faced a good Riverton team a second time, and they kind of got our backs against the wall, got back in it 6-5, and Keaton Peak came out and hit a home run to lead off the next inning, and then Luke Jones came back out and I think struck out 5 in the next 6 to get us finish out the game with Fisher closing. So, you know, any team, no matter how good or bad they are, not to give up a hit in Little League 3 times in a row is impressive by the boys, and I was really proud of them, and to realize it happened 3 times in a row was pretty amazing.
Going on a run to a state championship like they have provides for some special memories.
I'm saving a no-hitter in left field by catching a fly ball.
What happened there?
Well, Fisher was pitching, threw one, he hit it. It was like a no-hitter, 0 to like 15, and caught it, made sure they didn't get any.
For now, Pittsburgh prepares to take on another regional qualifier from North Dakota on Friday.
I think we'll be good. We know it's kind of a big game, and we'll probably definitely play our best because we know a lot's at stake.
Even with those high stakes, make no doubt about it, these kids from Pittsburgh are ready for the moment.
I don't know. I think I'll be fine.
J.L. Hutchinson begins play this Friday at 10 a.m. against North Dakota. It plays in an 8-team double elimination tournament, which also includes the Little Leaguers from Webb City. Only one team from the region, though, advances to the World Series. And in pro baseball, the Major League trade deadline is officially now come and gone. The Royals, Cardinals, and everybody else in the league won't be making any more trades for the rest of the season. Starting off with the Royals, though, what they have done, relief pitcher Jose Cuas gets traded to the Cubs in exchange for outfielder Nelson Velasquez. KC also picks up left-handed pitcher Tucker Davidson from the Angels in exchange for cash considerations. Right before the deadline, Scott Barlow, who was their closer, gets sent to San Diego for their number 10 prospect. Now the Cardinals, active in the last day as well. Paul DeJong, who had been with St. Louis since 2017, was an All-Star in 2019, gets sent to the Blue Jays along with cash. As the Cards continue their fire sale of the 2023 team, they also send Jack Flaherty to the Orioles. He had been with the organization since being a first-round pick in 2014. But with those Little Leaguers from Pittsburgh, man, you can just tell they think about it the right way, too. They don't seem nervous or anything. They're playing on ESPN, but they were each telling me, they're like, you know, we just love playing baseball with our friends.
And don't they seem poised?
They do.
In front of a television camera.
Definitely.
Remarkable. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to find out whether enough Parsons voters checked yes on a sales tax proposal to support first responder funding. Plus, the Missouri State Treasurer says this year's back-to-school tax-free holiday weekend is going to have a big change from previous years. And we'll have more on the increase of AC repair calls to local businesses. Those stories, a lot more. Of course, it's coming up tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. For now, at least, the weather remains hot.
Yeah, we're going to need those ACs, that's for sure, with temperatures over 100 degrees for the next couple of days. Cooler towards the weekend.
Final sports note.
Those Little Leaguers from Pittsburgh getting ready to hit the road. They're going to be a little bit cooler in Indy. They said looking forward to 80-degree temperatures.
Yeah, that'll be nice. We're going to leave you tonight with another National Night Out event going on right now in Riverton, Kansas. You see the dunk tank there. Thanks for joining us. See you right back here at 10. Let's make it a great evening.